So they'll be calling you a radical. We'll do this here because we got I mean, have you ever seen the snow coming down on a sunny day in late May? Crazy weather. So this is an important video. We'll do it right here. Oh yeah, you don't think they classified me unclassified? That's coming right from the horse's mouth. So let's get back to my storage shed called Facebook. TEPCO proposes to remove exhaust stack. Of course they freaking postponed it. They always postponed it, you know. And so the dog and pony show goes on. So this is my favorite here. As you know, I predicted all this to a fine size. Then we're going to get to salmon numbers. We're going to get to Copper River Dog and Pony Show. We're going to get to the Columbia River, and this is important. This is right out of the horse's mouth. I better get to it right now, so hold your attention span, because I know it's that long as you're... So this is real important, Orwell. So I have friends that fish the Willamette every single day this year. Hardcores. They finally gave up yesterday, and I'll tell you why they gave up. They were at the docks down there and they ran into one of the historic fishing, the guy. This guy's been at it for 35 years. He's the most historic fisherman in all of Oregon fishing. They had a long talk with him yesterday. They called me and says, we're giving up. I mean, they've been in Fukushima now, they're finally coming out. He said, I've been at this for 35 years. We fished, you're talking the #1 guide in his boat at the dock stations. The entire year, he has caught 3. You're talking the best, most sophisticated fishing guide in all of Oregon. He's caught 3. By the way, my Facebook page is a great way to communicate with me. I have an army that is like no other in the world. My army is the greatest in the world. So I get everything. And so this is right out of the horse's mouth. You'll get none of this information anywhere. So let's stay with this. Hands up, no nukes. So we'll get to the Copper River. Of course, the consumption junkies. Consumption junkies, what's your function? Where'd you sleep last night? Don't you lie to me, girl. Where'd you sleep last night? Yeah. So I want to say this. This is important. By the way, I love her. I know her. And you can badmouth her all you want, you fucking hypnotized fainting goats. She hates Democrats and Republicans alike. You know, so... You are beautiful. So... Don't come around here no more. Because they ain't got what you're looking for. Cancer, 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 cancer. I'll show you the picture that everybody loves in front of the MoMA. Boy, did I do some protesting there. I'm banned. I'm banned a lot of places. That's Eric Oppenheim himself, Dennis's son. So, let's get back to this dog and pony show. So, this is my new line I'm going to start using because I used to do this for cancer constantly. I want to get back to the Copper River numbers. Stay with me. So, you're gonna catch a cold from that ice inside your soul. You're gonna catch a nuclear cold from that ice inside. Just remember, I'm fighting for my life. Do never forget that. I've been fighting for my life the whole time. I got fucking cancer in the fall of 2011, 11/11. I had my fucking chest ripped open. I had open heart surgery. My gallbladder ruptured. I've been having to... You have no clue the fucking war that I've been in. Physically. Mentally. Thank you to everybody who supported this historic war. The fight goes on. Our fucking army is real. So to the Copper River. Now this is important. Let's see if I can do this. Look, man, no hands. Where is it? Oh, yeah. No, damn it. I thought I had it open. Can I type with one hand? I can type fast. I like type fast to the BEAT-NIKs, Kevin. You're gonna catch a cold. Where'd you sleep last night? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? You can do more than one thing at once, right, Kev? You can ask Annie, are you okay? Or I can type with one finger. There we go. There we go. Come on, you can do this. This is important. Okay. So they post those every day early because I hold their feet to the fire. This is real important. They've told the Army Corps engineers to eat. Okay. And why is this so important? This is the big one, the howler beast, and then we'll get to the Alaskan numbers. This is a nightmare. And I can tell you, and as you know, my projections are the only one in the world that's been dead on. Dead on. Now, let's talk Oregon numbers first. Okay, you know this 10-year mean is horrifically diluted at 125 because they started to collapse. Record returns. We've gone from 1.4 million returning in 20. They go to sea for 5 years. The smoking gun of Fukushima. By the way, don't you love CBS is reporting? Everybody's reporting now the dome leaking in, you know, they call it the coffin. Ain't a coffin. The dome leaking in the Bikini Atoll. It's been leaking for decades. Why? Because they're getting ready. I can tell you how it's going to play out. This is exactly how it's going to play out. Well, we weren't able, Ken Buckafuck Buessler and liars are going to say, we weren't able to give you the right radiation readings out of the Pacific Ocean that killed the tide pools, that killed everything, Kevin Blanch, because it's something new, which Kevin Blanch told you that. It took 60 minutes, CBS, at least they do some work, at least they do report it, Leslie Stahl in Fukushima. This has been happening at Lake Barrett on chemo. It took them how long? It took them how long? It took them... We're going on 3,000 days to report what Kevin Blanch on 60 Minutes. Kevin Blanch told you in 1 hour. Okay, so last year 55,600 or 41,900. Now remember, there's no fishing this year. So think about that number. I can tell you, I'm so good at this, I can run regression. My 180,000 number, and I'll tell you why. Now let me show you why. This is a big deal. This is a really big deal. So, okay, because this is where some of these numbers become pretty solid in here, right in this area. You know, this is where they build up their numbers. You see that thing go off a cliff? This year, this is going to be ugly. They know it, so stay with me. So, ODFW, WFW, NOAA, the scumbags that they are, the liars that they are, their original projection for the spring run alone was 169,000. That's right, for this year. They started lower. They lowered, then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after the run began, they lowered projections to 99,000. 99,000, which is a catastrophe. Should emergency close it all. So they let them fish for a couple days below the Bonneville. They've been letting them fish on the Willamette all the time. So, now stay with me. This is 99,000. So let's get back here and see our totals. And then we'll go to the annual totals. This is important stuff. I mean, I work hard at this. So, consumption junkies, fucking pigs, American consumers, consuming 46, we broke the record 39 years in a row. Just like decreasing nominal wages. We consume more, make less for 39 consecutive years. Remember when we American canned? So these numbers are so horrific and so dumbing dumping. Let's get back here. Let's get some annual totals. Stay with me. And then we'll get to the Copper River liars that they are. Which is a nightmare, by the way. Okay, stay with me. Okay. 1.3 million. That's right, 2050. Now remember, they go to sea for 5 years. They immediately started to drop. Now remember, 2016, their projections were 1.7 million. Mine was 680,000. Came in at 690,000. This is ODFW, WFW, NOAA. I says, no, Fukushima, the first batch back. This is the first group. That's so 2017, based on escapement. No, ODFW, WFW. Projections of 2.1 million. I set my projection of 480,000. They come in at 488,000. Whoa, Kevin Blanch, we're mystified, we're puzzled, we're stumped, we're baffled. The water's too warm, the water's too cold, the water's just too right. Fukushima denial, the greatest mental illness in history. 2018, this is just an aberration, they'll bounce. Projections of 2.7 million. Kevin Blanch sets his number at 333,000. You think I'm deadly? 336,000. This year they project, based on statements, should be over a couple million. They've started to come out of denial. They finally admitted the photoplankton, the zooplankton has fucking died, as Kevin Blanch said that day one. Fuck, this energy is going to go in the Pacific Ocean, it's going to break the chain. Okay? I set my projection at 220,000. I loaded it to 180,000. As you know, I mean, play back the tape you're on. Let's go to Alaska. With one hand on his left. Here, let's try this. Okay. You're gonna catch a cold from that ice inside your nuclear. Now this is real important stuff. Oh God, I wonder who that freaking is. By the way, I'm not very good at texting. I don't even know how. These phones drive me crazy. Okay, so let's get down here. This is what they have for the year so far. The Copper River has begun. Okay, so this is what they have for the year. Now last year they didn't have any intel right there, and then all of a sudden, magic, right at the end, they get up to 700,000. You think that's a good number? Let me show you how pathetic that number is, and it's a lie. So this is real important. 2015, 27. See what we get. Nah, that's not going to work. You got to redo this, sorry. It's got a hair trigger on it. You can see the graph, the 2015, the continual collapse, but we want this so we get annual totals. God, it's got a hair trigger today, don't it? Jeez. Okay, this is real important. That's the total on the Copper River in 2015. 1,341,000, almost the exact same as the Columbia. Get your Copper River exclusive cuts. In 2016, they were expecting over 2 million. They were advertising all over. I'm going at them. I'm calling them every day. That's what they got. They got half of projections. The next year, down 723. This is important. That's when the lies started. They were like, oh my God, well under half, under the quotas, emergency close stuff. By the way, if you don't believe me, look it up. Both senators, Lisa Murkowski signs up for the nuclear training. Both senators in Alaska, both senators in Washington, the Microsoft Queens, that rat governor who said he raised the quotas in a stunning reversal in Washington, incel, whatever his name is. How about Senator Wyden went to freaking Fukushima how many times? He was there 5 times. He used to talk to me all the time. Me and him used to communicate. He's the one that told me, his office, and Barbara Ross, that I got classified. If you don't believe me that I got classified and Fukushima got classified, you know nothing. Let's go back here. Let's see, is that it? Yeah. Okay, now let's play this again. They told me I was classified. I'm like, why in critical condition? That's from the Army Corps of Engineers. Okay, you don't believe me? Oh, it's true. I know all Barbara. I mean, they were head of the committees. I was all over this. They circled the wagons on me and did this. So stay with me. So on the Copper River, there were lawsuits filed in Alaska all over, accusing them of lying on the salmon. Now, let's remember how much Copper River salmon goes. You got a tub this big. You're talking 20. It's talking about the new gold rush. Lawsuits flew all over. They're lying on numbers to give the commercial guys bigger quotas. And they talked to the retail guys, talked to the natives. They admitted it this year. Come out and admitted. They paid the fines. Yep, we admitted we've been lying. Now let's go back to these counts again. 2015. And these are Chinook. These are the big hallowed beasts. This is what everybody wants. They go to sea on average for 5 years. They can go up to 8. They can grow up to be 100 pounds. On the Kenai's just as bad. We can do this on every single river. So this is the smoking gun. We don't count dead titles. Oh, Kevin Blanch does. I mean, I have a beautiful playlist with well over 130 videos in the California tide pools. I should be there in the next few days. I'm working on it. I've got a lot going on. I'm dealing with in D.C. with Craig and Filippo. We got a lot going on in D.C. I'm dealing in Vienna, the IEA's meeting, you know, on this cover. That's where it's being run from. It's run from Vienna, Austria, as you don't know. So I'm working on that. You know, I got irons all over. I talked to a really great activist yesterday in Northern California, and he says, Kevin, I've been here my whole life. He says, I'm documenting tide pools for you way up in Humboldt County. Why they're busy taking down McKinley's statue, you know, why they're freaking the hypocrites, the well washers, and the freaking well patters, the green watchers. He says, I've been here my whole life. He says, the redwoods are dying. The oldest left ones, the ones they didn't slaughter and cut down. First they come for the freaking buffalo. First they came for the natives, pass out the smallpox blankets, cut down the totem poles, build eugenics gates, fucking Jeff Bezos. Look up Bezos' father. Just Google it. Same old theme. So he said they're dying. These are 3,000-year-old trees that can withstand drought, fire, freaking you name it in 3,000 years. They're dying. Whoa. The salmon collapse is in earnest, the smoking gun. So this is a big deal. So don't come around here no more, because you're going to catch a fucking cold inside your fucking soul. Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Annie, are you okay? Fuck. Where'd you sleep last night? Monica, where'd you sleep? Annette, where'd you sleep last night? Lord, I remember. Don't you remember, Kevin? Don't you remember? This is important. Those are the two girls that the only two that I've been involved with seriously in a long, long time, was Annette and Annika. Those are the two. Where'd you sleep last night? And that's from here. Annika's from the Ukraine. Where'd you sleep? Where'd you sleep? You talk about a freaking symphony, man. Where'd you sleep last night? Don't you lie to me. Don't you remember, Kevin? Don't you remember? I slept next to you in the bone marrow transplant center at the top of LDS State. Don't you remember? I'm dead. We're in heaven. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Lord, I remember. Lord, I remember. People have no clue how hardcore that was in there. Not just my fight. Me going in and out of a coma. I was in there for so long, down to 119 pounds. Kevin Blanch, the last BEAT-NIK. So, I remember. Way up firm and high. We're dead. They were beautiful. They were the most in shape, smartest, freaking incredible. I slept in the dead fucking pines with the sun from Fukushima, Japan. Oh, it always fucking shines. The greatest heat source. So let's go back. They've blocked. So let's see if we can find this. I know I got it in my story, Chad. Thank you to everybody who sent me all this historic stuff. Thank you, scientists. They starved to death. Please, next, tell me where babies come from. Maybe you can get a federal grant to tell me where babies come from. Let's see if I can find this. Beware the trolls. They are everywhere. Oh. Let's see, yes. By the way, he's great, Kevin Lester. I love that dude. What a great fucking activist he is. I love that one too. Yeah, man, what a gem that is. What a gem. You tell me, you watch Collateral. She says that. He says, I watched all the President's Men. Those rats. She says, I tried to go to the Washington Post. Well, who owns the Washington Post? Beach. Fuck. Come on, let's find this. You're gonna catch a cold. The hypocrites up there, why the Pacific Ocean's dying, they're busy. They're busy taking down McKinley. For I'm the Great Terror. Fuck. That's not the smallpox. I get it. Yeah, in London. Fucking good luck with that, freaks. Where is it? Oh, this is a big story. I listened to the podcast. So they've relocated the elephant seals from San Simeon underneath freaking Randolph Hearst fucking palace. You don't think that's a big deal? They've relocated hundreds of miles to the north because they're inebriated, just like me. I'm the one that reported that they're giving birth to grays in Monterey Bay. The orcas are eating them. That's when I had cancer, sucked up what's in the cops tried to smack me in the arm. Look how skinny I am. I'm out there protesting the sending off regenerator, which is parked in the Utah desert. Freaking illegal. Look how skinny I am. There's a central line hanging in my jugular vein, by the way. Fuck. You think, what a... Yeah, because it's not green. Where is this? Where is this? Oh, I love this. I'm a Shoshone boy. Fucking, I'm a native born on the landscape. Come on, you can find this in the storage shed. You got too much stuff. Droves in California. Come on, where's it at? Maybe I can't find it. I got so much stuff. How you like that graph? That's Washington on the Chinook salmon. The red number's this year, the blue's the 4-year, the black's the 10. Oh, no, nothing to see. In my storage shed. How about this one? Do you like that one? Whoa. Oh, I get everything. I have an army. That's what good journalism does, right? Come on. Oh my Lord. Another. Just keep on coming. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed. Let them eat yellow cake. Holy cow. There's a lot to talk about, right? I mean, this is just scratching the tip. I don't, but God, Lord, look at this stuff. Come on, Cav. Maybe not. Why are the gray whales Washington? Why are the gray? Oh. Can kiss my fucking ass. By the way, they age restricted that video. I think it's funny. Think about Kiss age restricting people's. Huh. I can't find it. But anyway, what it is TEPCO's stopped the water from going on. For the first time admitted they've been dumping fresh water. Oh, there it is. God, right when I give up. Isn't that the way it goes? Now think about this. Think about this. I want you to think about this. This is important. Basically, TEPCO's admitting they've been dumping fresh water and pushing it into the ocean. They don't even know what it is. To get a camera in there. The most obvious thing in the world, the greatest ecological catastrophe, and for every action there's a reaction. You're going to catch a fucking cold from that ice inside your fucking soul. Don't come out here no more. This is, thank you to everybody supporting this historic work and what an army I have. You know, the fight goes on. Anyway, are you okay? Are you okay? Where'd you sleep last night? Don't you fucking lie to me. I slept in the dead fucking pines in the sun from Fukushima, Japan. The hottest substance in your fucking history never happened before. Stay tuned.